All right, everyone, what's up? This is my third time recording this because apparently I did not do a screen share. So, constant velocity. Let's talk about this equation first. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe you haven't. The main thing that I really want you to get from this equation is that you discovered it, all right? When we did this car experiment, one of our variables was distance, the other one was time, and you found out that it has a linear relationship, and that C value is actually the velocity of the car. Okay, so taking something that happens in, we call it in nature. If you're going to say like, oh, well, a car is not natural, but you know what I mean. Take something, you analyze it, you find some variables, you measure, you keep everything else the same, you research it, you find out what kind of relationship it is. In this case, it's a linear relationship, and then bam, you use that equation. That's what this class is all about. I'm not sure if you all kind of recognized that pattern when you took the class originally, but that's what this whole class is all about. You look at something, you get the relationship, you get the equation, you practice the equation. Today we're going to be practicing doing this, okay? Now, a lot of people remember that math was kind of the hardest part about this course, but a couple things. One is you're probably better at math in general when you are taking this class now than when you took it before. And also, I'm going to teach you how to kind of just approach a physics problem, so hopefully it'll make it easier. And the first physics problem that we are going to be looking at today is this one. Give me a second. Right here. A car is traveling at a constant speed of 2 meters per second for 12 seconds. How far does it travel? Okay, so we're going to approach this perhaps in a new way, and I would like you to do this exact same way on the homework. So, step one, read the problem and underline the variables. So I have 2.0 meters per second, that's my velocity. I have 12 seconds, that's my time. How far, that's my distance. Step two, I'm just going to write those variables down. V is equal to 2. This technically should be 2.0. Time is equal to 12 seconds. Distance, that's what I'm solving for. Okay, so I've identified what the problem gives me and what I want. Step three, write the equation that we're going to be using. We're going to be using this exact same equation for the whole homework. And I know that there's a way that you can like write this little triangle and you can have it different ways, but I want to do it this way, all right? Because I think it's a good problem solving strategy and a good way to teach it. Okay, so I'm going to write down this equation that I'll use. Now the next step is I'm going to plug in my variables. So 2 goes in for the V and 12 goes in for the T. Bam, substituted my variables. Now I'm going to do some algebra. 2 times 12. Anytime you see this little dot in the middle, that means multiplication, by the way. So 2 times 12 equals 24. I did the necessary algebra. It's pretty simple in this case. And then I'm going to write my final answer right here. Okay, and I want to use the correct units and the correct number of digits. So for units, if this was meters per second and I'm talking about distance, then I look up here and I'm like, oh, I'm talking about meters. Cool, that's where I get meters from. This measurement has 2 digits in it. This measurement has 2 digits in it. Thus my final answer will have two digits in it. Cool, cool. Let's do the exact same process, but for another problem where we're not solving for D, just to show you a variation of this. So a car traveled 46 meters in 13 minutes. What was its velocity? I read it, I underline it. Next thing I do is identify what the problem gives you and what we want. Well, it tells us that it was 13 minutes and the distance was 46 seconds. And this time we're trying to solve for the velocity. So I'm using the exact same equation written the exact same way. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute in 3 in for T and 46 in for D. Now solving it is a little bit different here. What I want to do is I want to get velocity all alone on the right side. So I'm going to divide this side by 13 and this side by 13. And when I do that, I get this answer right here. Actually, I get a much bigger answer. Look at this. I get 46 divided by 13, and I get all of these numbers right here. Wow. So how many digits do I write? Well, look at this. Right here, I have 2 digits. Right here, I have 2 digits. So that means right here, I should have 2 digits. Bam, the 3 and the 5. Okay, now in this case, I'm finding out what the velocity is, and this is meters, and this is minutes, so my unit is meters per minute. All right, so the homework, which you'll find right here on 2.2, is set up exactly kind of like that. Is you figure it out in this kind of format, okay? And I really want you to be good about that format so that when we have harder problems, you have a way to solve it. Sounds good? That's all I have for tonight. I hope you're doing well. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Peace.